I'm the manager for dwpcorruption.co.uk, the independent watchdog for the Department for Works and Pensions, and continuing our conversation with Roy Jenkins, get the snouts out the trough party. Hi Roy, how you doing? Continuation again, mate. So, we've started to uncover a lot of this corruption and collusion within government, with the MPs, especially with Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, Customs and Excise, and all the rest of it. Where do you see it going from here? What about yourself?
With me, we've been putting a court case together for some time against Tony Wright for his nuts looking after the constituent. Also, the documents he's been given, he assured me were all going to be investigated. So my concern now is we're racking up a video of all the paperwork. We're going to introduce a case against Wright, but we want to bring in Blair and Brown under the subpoena. Is it subpoena? When you subpoena somebody to court.
Oh right, yeah, I believe so.
We want to issue against them because I've got letters from Tony Blair when he was Prime Minister stating he's destroyed every single document that I've sent him. Tony Wright has said the same in a letter, that he's destroyed every single document we've got, which is going to be interesting when he gets the court papers, because I'm not giving him court papers until he's actually the documents I'm using until he actually needs.
Are you going to use our own court system, our corrupt judicial system, I should say, with the evidence that we've got to prove that the courts are corrupt in this country? Or are you going to take it to the European court?
No, I'm taking it to the British courts first.
Right.
What we do, and I should be actually stating in the statement, I want an honest judge. I don't want anybody like H.A.J. Brewery. They were loud, aided and abetted the Bradford and Bingley to be in contempt of court. Other judges that I've had, and when we've read their judgments at the end of it, they've removed stuff. Fortunately, District Judge Davis, when I went to court with Customs, he removed the names of the people that I spoke about. He removed all evidence that I'd given him. But at the back of the page, at the back of the judgment, somebody forgot to remove the fact that Davis is actually saying, Mr. Jenkins, he's given me all these names, but he removed every single one. And he was the one that Customs barristers and solicitors said that they'd use the Security Act to break into our safety deposit box.
Right. I think it's a good thing that we've done this video, because I've heard a whisper that there's going to be censorship on doing videos in the coming months. Obviously, the government aren't too happy about the corruption and the collusion that we're uncovering here, which is far deeper than what the public would ever think about. I've got a young lady at this moment in time who she's going to prove and highlight corruption within the banks, just like the Bradford and Bingley by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
And, the fact that the banks are run there by Freemasons, Common Purpose, the Fabian Society, we've got nothing more than a corrupt pot of gangsters. And this includes Tony Blair and Gordon Brown. And if I'm wrong, come and arrest me.
They are two of the world's worst. I mean, with Brown, when he was the Chancellor at the Minister of the Treasury, I sent him tapes and documents of Customs officers, particularly the one of Don Green, in which he states the use of false dual invoices is rife within the commercial community. Instead of Brown sending to somebody to be investigated, he actually sent them back to the officer that was on tape to investigate himself.
What a cretin.
So, Brown will deny that I've got a letter from the same officers telling me that they've received what they were trying to do. They were trying to take the piss out of me by saying it doesn't matter where you go and who you go to, it always comes back to us. So you ain't going anywhere with this. Unfortunately for them, we are going places with it. It will all come out.
And it definitely will, because there's too many people out there now that are starting to understand the corruption within government. I mean, look at Anne Abraham, for example. My own case, Ian Pearson my own MP was given documentation to prove that there'd been collusion between Job Centre Plus and Anne Abraham and the Ombudsman's office. He turned around and he says he couldn't see it. He must be thick, or is he stupid?
No, he's not thick, he's brought up.
That's right.
Every MP, I mean, I received a DVD a couple of weeks ago, and on it was Alistair Campbell, and he was bragging that he was in an office in Downing Street, and he says, Tony was there, which was Tony Blair, President Bush was there, and guess who else was there? None other than our Tony Wright MP. And I've written to Tony Wright MP saying, is that your payment for covering up Blair with all the fraud and corruption?
Well, you know, you've only got to look at the MP's expenses. And my own MP, Ian Pearson, I think he lives in Dudley. And he's got a quad bike, you know, on his expenses. And, you know, just by saying it makes me laugh. I mean, somebody told me he was trying to get his mother-in-law a Batman cartoon car.
Yeah.
But, you know, what is it these cretins can't claim for? Because they've got second homes, they've got electrical goods, and they've got motors, they have taxi fares. You know, I think they must live in the world of Cinderella.
Well, they're not in the real world, that's for sure. I mean, it does. I mean, I was invited to Strasbourg, and I thought it was corrupt here till I got there. And when you get there and you see the money that they blow, it's 600 taxis have to be sent to the airport in Switzerland to pick them MEPs up and take them down to Strasbourg. No train like everybody else. But I met an MEP who turned around to me in 2007 and said that the reason that Brown refuses to have a referendum on this treaty, European treaty, was because in June of 2007, both Blair and Brown had gone to Brussels and had already signed the statement. It signed our rights away.
The Treason Act again. You know, this is what they haven't banked on, because people are so aware now of the Treason Act. They're so aware of what is going on. You know, I would think Tony Blair and Gordon Brown, underneath that cold exterior, must be asking themselves, am I going to end up in jail? Will I end up eating bread and drinking water?
I will.
Because it's coming. It's coming. You know, the public are going to have the last laugh. And, you know, I get great satisfaction out of this, because I believe that the shit always floats to the surface. And Gordon Brown, I don't need to say anymore.
Well, I've asked this week.
We're coming up to the end of the video. Keep your eyes peeled. Gordon, it's just for you.